How you doing there? This is Zeke, and I'm out in my workshop. Today is February 9th, 2021, and it is the first day of the what I call a show trial for the so-called second impeachment of President Trump, who is, by the way, no longer president. Well, this video is not about Trump or personality or anything else, and I know there's a whole lot of people that are going to take this as a defense of Trump, but it's not. This is a video about process. And so I'd like to start out by reading you a little passage from the U.S. Constitution, which, by the way, this little booklet right here, this is the entire Constitution, including all of the amendments, as well as the Declaration of Independence, and it's written in plain English. You don't have to be a lawyer to understand this, which is the way all of our laws are supposed to be written, but they're not. And I admit, I am not a lawyer. I don't think you need to be a lawyer to understand this stuff, but quite frankly, I think lawyers have become very adept at distorting the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, and the Bill of Rights, and the rest of the amendments. That's what you need a law degree for. And check this out. This is from Article 2, Section 4. It says, "The President, Vice President, and all civil officers of the United States shall be removed from office on impeachment for and conviction of treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors." That's all it says. It's pretty straightforward. It's for removal from office, which is why I call this a show trial, because Trump is no longer in office. So essentially, the Congress, the Senate right now, is putting on a show trial against a private citizen for what purpose? I don't even know. Now, I understand the breach of the Capitol building and the occupation of the Capitol building. That was completely unsatisfactory. I don't think it rises to the level of an insurrection as media is constantly reporting it. I believe it was simply a riot. It was emotions overflowing for most of the people involved. However, there's a lot of evidence that's coming out, and more coming out every day, that the entire thing was pre-planned weeks in advance by a fairly small group of people who wanted it to happen. I'm not even going to go into their political affiliations at this point, because, to be honest with you, I don't fully know, because, to be honest with you, I don't fully trust any news source in this country anymore. And I believe I have good reason for that lack of trust, and that's a damn shame. But anyway, I'm getting off track. So essentially, the Senate is trying to hold trial on a private citizen, which is a violation of our Constitution. And they're claiming that they can do it because the president was president, the former president was president when he incited this insurrection. But I've seen absolutely no evidence that he incited this insurrection. And I should put that in quotes because, like I said, it was a riot. That was it. I believe, I hate to say this, but I believe that the Congress is trying to exercise powers that they don't have. And the evidence of that is, I don't believe there's any proof that Trump incited this to happen for a number of reasons. Partly because there's a lot of evidence that it was pre-planned. There's already people who have been arrested and are under indictment for pre-planning it. There were bombs that were placed in there the day before this even happened. So the claim by the House of Representatives in their one charge was that it was President Trump's speech that caused this to happen. And I saw the speech, and I forced myself to listen to the entire speech, much as I don't like to listen to Trump speeches. He didn't encourage violence. Matter of fact, during his speech, he used a lot of rhetoric that pretty much every politician that I've ever listened to uses, but he did stress that it was going to be a peaceful protest and that he wanted it to be peaceful and lawful. And I don't see how that's inciting a riot or insurrection or whatever you want to call it. No, this was, there were some nefarious players involved in the Capitol building incident. But I don't think you can blame that on Trump. People are responsible for their own actions. And even if Trump was saying, to get in there and do what they did, you can't blame, you have to blame the people who actually did it. But he wasn't doing that, so it's a moot point. No, I believe that the Congress is exercising power that they don't have, and I believe they're doing it for nefarious reasons. And if they get away with it, well, then what's to stop them from going back and impeaching former President Obama or former President Bush or former President Clinton, for that matter, or any other politician who's no longer in office? This is absolutely not what impeachment is for. And if anybody really, really believes that Trump caused this to happen, well, now that he's a private citizen, then they should file charges in the regular court system that the rest of us citizens have to go through. Well, like I said, I know there's going to be a lot of people that take this as a defense of Trump. It's not, but people have a tendency to only hear what they want to hear anymore, and that's a shame too. There's my thoughts on it. Have a great day.